My name is Thomas Lee Gudinas. I want to share my experience, my journey through a system that I believe failed me completely. It's a story of being caught in the gears of justice, or rather, injustice. I stand here today, or sit, as it were, firmly believing I was wrongly convicted. I maintain my innocence in the face of everything that has happened. It's a heavy burden to carry, but it's the truth I live with every single day. I was denied a fair trial. That's not just a feeling, it's a conviction based on the facts of my case. The process was flawed from the start, stacked against me in ways I couldn't comprehend at the time. My time within the justice system has painted a stark picture for me. It's a world where procedure often seems to outweigh truth, and where the outcome can feel predetermined long before the final gavel falls. It's a chilling reality. I have developed a deep distrust towards the legal process as I've experienced it. It's hard to trust something that feels designed to ensnare you, regardless of the facts. This distrust is born from bitter experience. My concerns are specific, especially regarding capital punishment. The death penalty is the ultimate, irreversible punishment. The margin for error must be zero, yet the system is far from perfect. My case highlights the potential for injustice within this system. If it can happen to me, it can happen to anyone. The stakes are too high to ignore the flaws, especially when a life is on the line. The system is particularly vulnerable when defendants lack adequate legal representation. Public defenders are often overworked and under-resourced. This disparity in legal power is a fundamental flaw. I truly believe it's far too easy to put an innocent man on death row. The path is paved with assumptions, procedural errors, and sometimes a lack of genuine investigation into the truth. It's a terrifying thought. I've seen what I believe to be injustice and corruption within the justice system firsthand. It's not just theoretical. It's the air you breathe when you're caught inside it. It erodes your faith in fairness. My belief is firm. You won't get a fair trial without a good attorney. The quality of your defense shouldn't depend on your ability to pay. It should be a guaranteed right, truly equal for everyone. It's hard not to distrust attorneys paid by the same state branch that is seeking your execution. There's an inherent conflict there, a pressure that can compromise the defense. It feels like the deck is stacked against you. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Details from my trial reveal instances where I believe the process was severely compromised. These weren't minor issues, they were critical failures that impacted the outcome. They haunt me still. I claim that my trial attorneys failed me in crucial ways. Their representation was, in my view, inadequate. It felt like they weren't fighting for my life with the necessary vigor or strategy. One major failure was their inability to locate a crucial alibi witness. This person could have provided testimony supporting my whereabouts. Their absence left a critical gap in my defense. Another significant failure was their reluctance or refusal to pursue DNA testing. In a case like mine, DNA evidence could have been definitive. It felt like a vital avenue was deliberately ignored. I made repeated requests for DNA testing myself. I knew it could potentially prove my innocence. I begged my attorneys to push for it, but my pleas seemed to fall on deaf ears. The state had initially collected my DNA samples before the trial even began. They took blood, hair, pubic hair, and a mouth swab. They had the material right there, ready to be tested. I still question the lack of subsequent testing by the state. If they had the samples, why didn't they test them? What were they afraid of finding? Or not finding? It makes no sense to me. The prosecutor asserted that DNA testing would be of no value. This statement baffled me. How could potentially exculpatory evidence be of no value in a capital case? It felt like a deliberate dismissal. Even the judge noted the potential value of DNA testing for the defense. He saw the logic, the necessity. Yet, the testing didn't happen at that critical time. I allege that a deal was made behind my back by my attorney and the state. This is what I was told, what I came to understand happened during the trial proceedings. It felt like a betrayal. The alleged deal involved my attorney not raising the issue of DNA testing during the trial. He supposedly agreed not to push for it, despite my desperate requests and the judge's acknowledgement of its value. This deal was allegedly in exchange for the state not presenting a bloody shirt as evidence. The shirt was potentially damaging, and my attorney supposedly traded the DNA issue to keep it out. However, I claim that the state violated this alleged agreement. They went back on their word if this deal truly existed as I was led to believe. It added another layer of distrust. The state presented the bloody shirt as evidence at trial anyway. This felt like a double cross. My attorney had supposedly given up the fight for DNA testing to prevent this, and yet, there it was. I also allege that the state misled the jury about DNA evidence. They presented the lack of testing in a way that suggested it wasn't relevant or helpful, rather than explaining why it wasn't done. I question the impartiality of the detective who testified against me. His testimony was crucial to the state's case, but I learned things that made me doubt his objectivity. It was noted that this detective desired the death penalty for me. Knowing that, how can his testimony be considered truly impartial? It feels like the outcome was desired by key players from the start. Through all of this, I've learned the immense importance of faith and mental fortitude. Without a strong inner core, this place would break you completely. You have to find something to hold on to. I've certainly acknowledged feelings of depression and isolation. Being on death row is an incredibly lonely existence. The weight of your situation can feel crushing at times. But I strive to remain mentally strong despite the difficulties. I refuse to let this place defeat my spirit. My mind is the one place they can't imprison, and I guard it fiercely. I found solace in taking things one day at a time. Looking too far ahead can be overwhelming. Focusing on just getting through the next 24 hours makes it manageable. I truly believe that this approach has helped me cope better. It breaks down the enormity of the situation into smaller, digestible pieces. It's a survival strategy for the mind. I want to express my gratitude for the support I've received. Letters, visits, legal help, every bit makes a difference. Knowing people believe in me gives me strength to continue. Because of that support and my own resolve, I feel stronger now than ever before. I've faced the worst and survived. That gives you a certain kind of power. Recently, there was a significant development. I won an appeal for DNA testing. After years of fighting, a court finally agreed that the testing should be done. It was a moment of hope. This signals a potential turning point in my case. The DNA evidence could finally provide the clarity that was denied at trial. It could be the key to unlocking my freedom. It conveys a sense of resilience that I didn't know I had. You get knocked down, but you have to get back up. You have to keep fighting for the truth. My commitment to a continued fight for justice is unwavering, not just for myself, but for others caught in the system. My experience has shown me the urgent need for reform. I will keep fighting until the truth prevails.